clause 2 of it, just so we can get through the speaker list. Kim Xavier Dietrich.
My name is Kim Courtney, and I'm an attorney and resident in Cambridge. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. I am here to speak in support of a proposed policy order that was submitted to the Council for correspondence from myself and 23 others, asking the Council to enforce the law against unlicensed taxis that are currently operating in Cambridge. I also speak in opposition to proposed resolutions 15 and 24 and proposed order 18 relating to this issue, which are filled with incorrect factual or legal references. Companies like Uber and Lyft and their drivers are engaging in city-supported civil disobedience in Cambridge by intentionally violating laws that apply to them. The city government has failed the people and businesses of Cambridge by actively permitting those companies and their drivers to knowingly violate the law, which to many is seen as corrupt. The issue before you has nothing to do with whether the council likes Uber or Lyft, or believes that the people of Cambridge want them in operation. The current state of the law is that they are not legal. The council has no authority to allow government officials to fail to enforce the law while it waits for the state legislature to legalize Uber and Lyft. Nor does the council have the authority to place a moratorium on fees paid by the taxi industry. It's simple. The city has to enforce the existing laws until they are changed. This issue exemplifies what I consider to be a systemic malfunction in Cambridge City government. Our city manager, Richard Rossi, refuses to perform his duties to oversee the License Commission, declaring it to be independent. This failure has resulted in the Commission engaging in gross violations of the laws, as we see here with the taxi industry. This has also been seen recently with the License Commission's unfair and illegal taking of the value of certain liquor licenses without a law in place permitting that act. Similarly, the Commission has failed for 6 months to close down a liquor store that has been operating for 10 years with what the Commission of ABCC declared is an invalid liquor license. The License Commission simply has no authority to make its own laws or pick and choose to whom to apply the laws. The powers given to our city government are those derived from the people. Through the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Council is vested with authority only as agents of the people and are at all times accountable to them. The people of Cambridge have the right to an impartial interpretation and a faithful execution of the law, and the right to reform, alter, or totally change the government when it fails them. It is time to replace License Commission Chair Andrew Jackson with someone who is competent and qualified for that position. It is time for the council to begin a search.
Speakers on the line. There's no person on that.
It's time for the council to begin a search for the city manager, and it's time for the council to uphold its duty to the people of Cambridge and enforce the law against Uber and Lyft. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I have to take note that no personal attacks allowed in this chamber. The speaker is clearly out of line, and as for an attorney, should know better.
Thank you, Xavier. And then we'll call a fifth.
My name is Xavier Dietrich, and I am a Cambridge resident. I thank the council for the opportunity to speak in support of the taxi cab industry tonight regarding a few items on tonight's agenda. 2 of those items appear as resolutions, numbers 15 and 24. The third item is a policy order, number 18, requesting a moratorium on fees, but not fines, that would otherwise be imposed on Cambridge taxi cab drivers. The merits of the various bills before the House regarding regulation of transit network companies mentioned in these policy orders and resolutions will be debated and decided upon elsewhere. It is my purpose tonight to raise awareness of a real and disturbing issue within the city, specifically the Cambridge License Commission, and that is one of refusal to enforce existing laws. The law requiring conveyance of person for hire is clear as stated in the City of Cambridge Code Ordinances 5.20. The ordinance is clear, and yet it appears that the position of the city, including council members, the city manager, and the License Commission, is that it is appropriate to not enforce these ordinances. I believe this position is wrong. Until such time as these ordinances are modified, they must be enforced, as it is the duty of the city manager in accordance with the planning charter to see that within the city the laws of the Commonwealth and the ordinances ordinances, resolutions, and regulations of the City Council are faithfully executed. It should come as no surprise to city officials if citizens view them as corrupt and express contempt for them as a result of the failures and inappropriate actions of these city officials. The Cambridge License Commission has a long history of failing to enforce existing laws, including the failure to enforce the aforementioned laws regarding the conveyance of persons for hire. Another recent example is the failure to enforce a liquor license violation where the License Commission itself has acknowledged that the cellar wine and spirits is in clear violation of MGL Chapter 138, Section 17, and has been since 2005. The only remedy for this violation is revocation of the license.
Move for recess.
The License Commission has made it public 6 months ago that it has been aware of this violation, yet the establishment remains open and currently remains licensed with no disciplinary action toward it. I am here tonight to support those who are being harmed by the failure of the city to enforce its own laws. The action that I propose to remedy this situation is to replace the chair of the Cambridge License Commission, Andrew Jackson, with someone who is competent, ethical, and has a basic understanding of the licensing regulations to fairly enforce the law. I call upon the City Council to order the city manager to enforce the law, and to that end, do a proper and thorough search to replace the License Commission chair. Thank you.
Before we go on, as far as the quorum that we're supposed to have in the chamber, when people clap for something, when they're expressing whatever it is they want to express, they're also intimidating people who might disagree with them. It is an inappropriate expression here, and I would suggest that we continue to disallow it